Hello, I'm Bernard Norcott-Mahany. April is National Poetry Month, and for the month of April 2024, every day I will read a single poem by Seamus Heaney. The poems that I'll be reading all come from a relatively new collection of his work, 100 selected poems. So he didn't publish this work in his lifetime. He had the idea that he would pick sort of 100 poems and publish them as a select group, but he died before that happened, and so those in his estate and scholars put together, based on things that he had said and so forth, put together 100 selected poems from his entire corpus, his entire output. So each day I'll be reading one poem. So today is April 1st. I'm going to start with a poem of his called Death of a Naturalist. Death of a Naturalist by Seamus Heaney. All year the flax-stem festered in the heart of the townland. Green and heavy-headed flax had rotted there, weighted down by huge sods. Daily it sweltered in the punishing sun. Bubbles gargled delicately. Blue bottles wove a strong gauze of sound around the smell. There were dragonflies, spotted butterflies, but best of all was the warm, thick slobber of frog spawn that grew like clotted water in the shade of the banks. Here, every spring I would fill jam potfuls of the jellied specks to range on windowsills at home, on shelves at school, and wait and watch until the fattening dots burst into nimble, swimming tadpoles. Miss Walls would tell us how the daddy frog was called a bullfrog, and how he croaked, and how the mammy frog laid hundreds of little eggs, and that this was frog spawn. You could tell the weather by frogs, too, for they were yellow in the sun and brown in rain. Then, one day, when fields were rank with cow dung in the grass, the angry frogs invaded the flax-stem. I ducked through hedges to a coarse croaking that I had not heard before. The air was thick with a bass chorus. Right down the dam, gross-bellied frogs were cocked on sods. Their loose necks pulsed like sails. Some hopped. The slap and plop were obscene threats. Some sat poised like mud grenades, their blunt heads farting. I sickened, turned, and ran. The great slime kings were gathered there for vengeance, and I knew that if I dipped my hand, the spawn would clutch it. So that was Death of a Naturalist by Seamus Heaney.